Businesses around the US have changed ever since COVID happened, where people have to now work remotely, and now they've been looking for talent around the globe. And the number one question we get asked is, how do we find people in Latin America, and where are the best people? In the last 3 years, we have hired over 1,000 Latin Americans and people around the globe. And in this video, we're gonna tell you where to find those people that are highly skilled, highly educated, and start at $5 to $7 an hour in Latin America. And the first country that we're gonna go in the map, it's gonna be Mexico. And Mexico, you're gonna notice that people are very hardworking, are very respectful, and they have a hustle culture. So when we hire people in Mexico, the best place to go is gonna be Mexico City. Well, you see, Mexico City is the largest city in Mexico and with the highest level of education, and also majority of universities, the best universities in Mexico, are located in Mexico City. By nature, a capital city has the best highly educated people that are also professional and willing to work hard. And most importantly, they know English, they have learned it by themselves, or they've gone to school just to know about it. We have a Mexican employee that just recently got raised to become an operations manager. How good was this employee?
Well, she worked for you as an executive assistant for 3 to 4 months, and she was definitely overqualified. And one thing that we found out is a lot of times we hire people that are overqualified. We give them a chance to prove their experience, their skill, so that way eventually we can upgrade them from one role to another. And that also means upgrading responsibilities, becoming more of a leader, and of course the pay becomes better. The more responsibilities you have, the more pay you can get. So shout out to Michelle. She's based in Mexico City, and that's just one of the Mexicans that we've hired. Obviously, we have another one too that's a recruiter, and we have people all over Latin America going from Mexico to Argentina. I would say the country that we have had the most success with is the country that we're currently residing in, is Colombia. We've hired almost 100 people. Last year alone, we've already hired I want to say 10 or 15 people this year. Medellín is an amazing city to hire from, but according to education, to English level, and just overall work ethic, Bogotá has been one of the best cities for us to hire from.
So let's go back to Bogotá, Colombia. It's another capital city in the country of Colombia. And you see, you're gonna find a lot of people that gone to university, got a bachelor's degree, or even an MBA. And these people are working in this country and earning maybe 4 to 5 million pesos, and you can easily pay that working remotely from your US company. And these people are gonna be even happier working there because they don't have to take a bus or take a taxi, go to the office, and they can do everything remotely. People in Bogotá are highly educated and highly qualified. So when we go to Colombia, you're gonna notice that there's gonna be different cities that you can hire from. The top cities that you're gonna hire from in Colombia are gonna be Barranquilla, which is highly educated. You're gonna find great universities and people that have a great level of English, because you want to find people that speak English really, really well. The second city, it's going to be Bogotá, Colombia. Bogotá being the capital, you're going to find a lot of people that have already been raised with high levels of education, high levels of financial literacy, and they're willing to work hard. In fact, we just hired someone from Bogotá, and now our country of Bogotá, Colombia is over 6 or 7 people. And last week, we actually did a trip to Bogotá and we took them to dinner. It was a really nice experience, and every single one of these people are A players. They're so smart. Sometimes they outsmart me on certain things that they have to do. Why? Because that's what they're specialized in, and they do it every single day. You're gonna find people that really wanna show off and work for an American company. And now the American company are going to value them even more. The third city is gonna be Medellín, Colombia. In Medellín, Colombia, the culture of this city is very entrepreneurial and also very salesy. You're gonna notice that a lot of people are wanting to sell you something when you come to this city. And if you're a gringo and you have felt that you have paid more than you're supposed to, it's because they're really good at sales and also good at negotiation. So you're gonna find people in Medellín that are gonna be really good at appointment setting, sales, and everything related to business development. You're gonna go to the city, you're gonna go to LinkedIn or Indeed and post a job, and you're gonna easily find people that have high levels of English. But hey, remember, You're gonna find also people in different countries and different cities. Don't just get stuck into one, because the goal is to find talent, not necessarily be in one specific place. And the third country that we're gonna go to is Venezuela. Venezuela is being known as one of the top countries in Latin America. And in the last few years, you've noticed that people from Venezuela have migrated to the US due to political reasons, but they've had the best economy and the best level of education for the longest amount of time. These people now are trying to get a job in US pay, and it's the best chance for you to find someone that is highly educated, willing to work hard in country like Venezuela. Where do we find the best people in Venezuela?
Caracas and Maracaibo is two cities that we have been able to find some extraordinary talent, people that are educated, speak perfect English, and work hard, because one of the things about Venezuela that most people don't know, they actually use US currency as getting paid. So for them, it's important to get a remote job and also get paid in US dollars, and ultimately be able to eventually, for my experience, find another life outside of Venezuela until Venezuela becomes a safer place for them to live and for their family, which is why a lot of Venezuelans migrate to Colombia, Mexico, and many other places. And the only way they're able to do that is by finding a remote job, whether it's through Remote Latinos or upcoming SaaS, where they can actually go on, apply, submit the video, and then get hit up by a business owner or find a job posting that makes sense to them, again, apply and then talk to the business owner.
In fact, our product manager on building this SaaS is from Venezuela, and she's been taking care of everything. Why did we believe in Mar?
We believed in Mar because she came in, number one, with an education in UX UI design. She showed exactly the type of work ethic she has by her previous experience, but ultimately the skill test that we put her through. And when we first started, when you and I are busy, we were working on the business and in the business, we did not have time to build the platform. We actually don't know much about SaaS ourselves in terms of building and designing it, right? So she was actually doing research and building everything out for 3 to 4 months, showing up every single day with little to no resources, doing the work that most people would never do. Most people would ignore or avoid or lie about. She showed up. Even when you and I would not be there, she would still be there, because ultimately she has leadership capabilities and she's able to actually grow and develop into a person that most Venezuelans wish to be. And lastly, the way she can lead teams, because now she's dealing with the developing team, is incredible. She's giving us a lot of information. She's so detail oriented, and she's a design expert, not only helping us design this platform, but also designing all the slides and any things that we do in the company. She's the one that takes reins on that.
So if you ever thought that you can't find anyone with a specialized skill set or in a manager level, or the same level in the US, in Latin America, you're completely wrong. You've been missing out on the biggest chance of you hiring someone that is much cheaper than the US and actually works harder. So that means that the same input that you get in the US is actually triple, 4 times, 5 times, because these people are working harder, they actually care more, and the value of them, it's the same or better. It's with a friend or someone that may need this, because we're gonna be pouring more into you for free. See you in the next video.
That was just, I blame you, honestly.